Hello there, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for January 2023. Thanks for stopping by today and checking out this video. Be sure to click on that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button before you leave today. All right, so today I want to get started with a totem animal for the month of January. So if you see this animal, hear about it, someone's talking about it, see it on TV, in real life, whatever, know that Spirit is around and here to support you and help you out. So your totem animal is Loon, intuitive. It says, listen to the song of your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique, and that you are loved. All right, Scorpio. I feel like you are highly intuitive and you don't give enough credit to yourself and what you see and what you know. For whatever reason, it feels like you need to keep it suppressed. You need to keep it under the veil. You don't want to reveal it. It feels like it could be a vulnerability to you. And so Spirit, I think, and in January, a lot of that thinking is going to be challenged. And I feel like you're going to have chances or opportunities to express an intuitive thought or something that comes to you. I feel like something's going to kind of fall out. You're going to be like, no, I know something, and you're going to speak before you think about suppressing it or think about making it sound less important than what it is. Like whatever it is that you do to try to stay under the radar, there's going to be something that you kind of spurt out. And I think somebody's going to be like, wow, how did you know? And it might even encourage people to be more curious about you or try to understand what you're thinking or how you came to that conclusion or whatever this is referring to. But trust. And I think that might be the hard part for you, because maybe in the past you got made fun of for things like this. I don't know. There's some reason why it feels like you keep it on the down low. It's not important. But January, you're going to start seeing the value of your intuition, not only for yourself, but for others. You might even farther down the road, others might be coming to you for advice because you just know things. And I think you have a way of expressing that can get through to people maybe easier than the average person. But this also talks about emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. And I think that's good advice, because having solitude, spending time with yourself, spending time going within can sharpen that intuition and can sharpen at the same time, your interpretation of it. That's the thing about intuition, is you'll get hits or you'll get things that you're like, wait, they'll catch you. You understand something. But I know for me, sometimes I try to explain or say what it is that I just thought of. And I don't always have the right words, and I don't communicate it well, and it kind of flops. And then I feel like, oh, well, that was dumb. But it's not so much about being wrong intuitively. It was just how I interpreted it and then tried to express it. So all of those are parts to being an intuitive that requires practice and getting better at, not only skillfully, but feeling better about yourself, more confident about it. All right, let's get some more cards. Spirit, tell me about Scorpio in January, please. What's going to happen in January, Spirit, for Scorpio? Okay, well, a card fell, and we'll go with that one. Wild Rose Fairy. Love. Okay. Love, in the sense, my first thought was infatuation type of love, like something really exciting, new, interesting, a person. This could be more On a friendship level, you can still be a soulmate and still be friends, or it could be romance, more romance, soulmate. I feel like it could be both, or maybe it starts off as friendship. There's a mutual attraction. If you haven't met this person, you will in January. And somehow your intuition leads you here. Or it's because you're following, I want to say these are almost, they're not new sensations to you, but they're new, you're exploring them in a way you haven't before. And so that's new as well. And I think while you're stumbling through all of that, trying to figure that out, a person comes into your life that is attuned to that kind of thing. And so it feels like this person might be somebody that you can talk with about this kind of stuff. And you two can really relate and understand each other and help each other out. Next, we have Wizard of the Woods, focus. So yes, Spirit is saying focus. Take that time. Go within, spend some time alone. Start focusing on what you want. Focusing on how you want to better bring in more intuition, or better absorb or be open to, and better, again, with bringing it out and expressing it and bringing it out into the world correctly, or not correctly, but not sincerely, but as to the best of your ability, accurately. Try to bring it out accurately to the world, to the physical world, to, you need to tell somebody something, or you need to make a change on something at work, or your kid, you have this intuitive idea that your kid is struggling in something, but they're not telling you, things like that. So by taking time with yourself and focusing, like laser points, focus on yourself, your confidence, your intuition, and your ability to accurately express and accurately interpret the things that you're getting. All right, Spirit, tell me more about Scorpio in January, please. What else should Scorpio know? Oop, well, there's one about January. This card fell out, and it is wisdom, learning, joy, art, and music. Learning something new. While I was talking, you're learning about your intuitive skills and learning how to express. Art and music is on this card, so I find that interesting. So maybe part of your expression is through art or music. Maybe it's harder for you to come up with words, so maybe you'd rather paint it, or maybe you'd rather draw it, or maybe you'd rather make music, which, either writing lyrics, so maybe writing it in poetry is easier for you than trying to write it like a book report, kind of, or a business letter, or, something a little more on the creative side for you to help you express what's going on. And again, with the learning, you are learning. January is going to be about learning and accepting your gifts and your abilities and what that means and how to share that with people. And power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. Okay. This process, by focusing on it, on your intuition, getting better at your communication and expression, gives you're reclaiming your personal power, and it's going to help you get over the difficult bumps that come along the way. Not only for learning about your intuition and how you're going to express it or share it with the world, but your everyday life too. The difficulties of paying bills and working a job that, if you have a job that's 60 hours a week, that's difficulty, right? you have sick kids, or you have sick parents, and you're responsible for taking care of them, or, you know, just daily stuff, or other things, pretty major things, accidents that happen, running to the hospital, emergency room runs, you know, life stuff. This will help you with your regular everyday life stuff too. It feels like the more practice, the more you learn, the better you will be at not only predicting things, but knowing what people need, even when they can't express themselves that they need something. I've been in that situation where I know I need to say something, or I know I need to tell somebody something, but I don't know how. The words aren't coming. It's really, really great when somebody can like tell like there's something wrong and I'm trying to say something, and they can help like pull it out of me. You might be kind of that person for somebody, or multiple people possibly. It all depends on how you want to develop your skills, but the same thing for you. It's going to help you if you have a hard time expressing. Practicing, learning and stuff will help you to be able to be more accurate in your expression and your interpretation. All right, let's get some more cards. Spirit, tell me more about Scorpio in January, please. What else should Scorpio know? Okay, I'm pulling a couple cards because the way they laid, it was weird. Okay. First one is Hanging Man. All right, Hanging Man is under the love card. Now, I talked about another person involved in this, and I do still think there is somebody, and I do think they are part of your soul tribe or soulmate. And I want to say, in the way this card hit me, you were in love, infatuation. That's the word I used. You were in infatuation with this person. The Hanging Man here suggests to me that it's going to take some time. It's not that it's not a mutual attraction. I think this other person isn't aware or doesn't want to admit some kind of attraction. I don't think they're leading you along, but it will require you to be patient, to kind of, like the Hanging Man, hang around. At the same time, though, while you're learning to focus and learning to develop your intuition and stuff, it gives you a different perspective. So you're seeing the world from upside down, right? So there's time for that as well. And whether that other person is aware that you need that or not, you do. You need time to figure some things out. And it's great you have somebody to talk with, but I think a romance, it's not quite the right time yet for you. Under Wizard of the Woods focus, we have the Tower card. Okay. I want to say something unexpected is going to happen around the middle of the month. It's going to shake you up, kind of shake you up to the core a little bit with this focus. And maybe that's why Spirit is talking about focusing. Things happen in life, and if you let other things get in the way of focusing on you, your intuition, and developing you, it can get really fuzzy and hard to focus on the positive or focus on your gifts and abilities. And while you might find that this happens, I mean, something's going to happen, and it's shocking, it's surprising, and it's hard to ignore something like that, right? You know, if a relative is going to the hospital because they broke their arm, or, you know, a kid does this, or whatever happens, it's sudden and shocking and a little bit scary. Don't forget, or do what you can to get back to focusing on your gifts and abilities as best you can, because that might actually help whatever this situation is that happens that is unexpected. All right, under wisdom, we have the devil. All right, so we've got 3 major arcana cards so far. So this is a pretty big deal in January. I want to say with the devil here under wisdom, you're breaking the chains, or you're breaking the bindings of your physical or your ego self to the rules or the perceived rules of society, of societal roles, or maybe even stuff like gender roles for you. Or you are, I want to say, with learning to express and learning to interpret and express what comes to you, you're breaking old habits. You've been in a habit, like I said in the beginning here, it's like you've had to keep this part of you subdued, under the radar. That's all changing. That's part of what's happening to you while you are developing yourself, while life is happening around you, while things that are out of your control happen, while you have to wait for this particular, I think, love interest. There's things in there that feel like you could get frustrated and want to just give up on everything, but don't. You've got potential here to really, you know, the last card here, power over difficulty. I think that's what these cards are saying. The tarot cards underneath, this is the difficult part, but you in the end will have wisdom, power over difficulty, you know, the focus and the love and the intuition to really make a difference in your life and in the lives of the people around you. So don't get discouraged by seeing the Tower and the Devil. I feel like this is just the universe or spirit kind of breaking the old habit of living life the way you have in a bubble, kind of not letting anybody in or see the beauty of you. All right, and finally we have the 7 of Coins. Okay, that's good, and it's under power over difficulty. This card is about reaping what you sow. It's about harvesting all that you've been working on up to this point and finally getting to that. As you can see, this person has a whole basket full of, I was going to say fruit, but it looks like leaves. But anyway, there's coins, but there's a whole basket here. And this person is smiling because they're finally getting what they deserve. Kind of, you know, they've been working so hard, they finally get to see the fruits of their labor. So this is good. So by the end of January, you're going to feel like you have some power over your difficulty. You have you've gained some personal power, some personal knowledge and wisdom to, I think, better deal with the things that come to you in life, the surprising things, the difficult things, some of the scary things, some of the things that make you wait. It's all going to mix and blend, and by the end of the month, I feel like you're going to have a better understanding of why it happened and why things needed to be shaken up the way they were, so that it could break you out of a habit that I don't even know if you've even realized before now was a bad habit. Does that make sense? Like we all know that eating McDonald's probably isn't really the smartest thing to do, but we'll end up doing it, and it's a habit, right? We're like, oh, well, yeah, I shouldn't eat it, but I'm going to go do it anyway. So I think with these cards here, this is the universe, and with this card too, it's going to be kind of a major shift. It's going to be a little bit surprising and shocking, and it's going to be hard because you're going to have to face some of the addictions or obsessions that you've been feeding off of or that you've been living with up until now. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Keep working hard at it and don't let life stop you, okay? I have one more card that I'm going to pull. Please, Spirit, for Scorpio for the month of January. One final piece of advice for for Scorpio for January, Spirit. Music. Cool. So you might be a musician. There's music here on this card, right? There's a melody to be heard in the deepest part of the woods, if only we listen. This is totally, for me, intuitive. You know, there's a melody to be heard in the deepest part of the woods. There is a message to be found in the deepest part of you, if you're willing to listen. That's what the focus is for, okay? And if music is an expression, a great expression, an output for you, definitely use it. As far as, you know, it's kind of cool, you know, if you see a loon, but even on this card, there are swans. So I would say waterfowl. Look out for waterfowl. If they come into your life or come into your presence or into your view, or you hear a duck quack, you know, kind of remember that is spirit, and to talking to you, supporting you, and to remember to stay on track here. There is a, oh my goodness. There's swans on this card. There's a snake too. But if you look at the bottom, there's swans as well. So I want to say even, I mean, for swans, and swans is about love too. So be patient about this new possible love interest. Okay. I really do think it's something that can happen. You just have a couple of trials and tribulations yourself that you have to get through. And when you come out on the other side by the end of January, I think you're going to be more ready to have a type of relationship that both of you can want and desire and actually have. All right, Scorpio, I think that's all the messages that I have for you. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching, and may the cosmos bless you with love and light. Namaste.